Alright, going right into pay attention part two when buying cards. Although hopefully this one isn't as punishing as part one was. For those who missed part one was interesting. Quite a few cards that definitely looked really, really good, and top loaders and penny sleeves um, had some significant damage. I do think some dings shouldn't be counted as hard as they are, but I understand why they are. So, um, special note of this card. So yeah, we already got the top ding. That's not the special note. Special note of this card is this one has the rarity symbol. And why that's special is because in order to buy this card with the rarity symbol, you had to buy the loose packs. If you bought this card from the Misty's Steam deck, it didn't have a rarity symbol. So as far as I'm tracking this card is slightly more rare than the one without the rarity symbol, which is typically the reverse when noting Japanese cards. So slightly off center, left to right, top to bottom, also off center. Not enough for me to be like, put a note on it for OC. Just that top ding, front and back. Everything else is fine. The ding is pretty significant, which is unfortunate. But since the ding by itself, while everything else is pretty much like, well, besides the centering, I guess I'll say 8 to 9. I want to say just 9. If it was just the centering, I'd say just 9. Just the ding, I'd still be just 9, but even more hesitant. But with both, it's closer to 8, 9, maybe even worse. But gotta have a little hope. Oh right, another apron card. Hopefully these last few ones are the last few of the apron cards. Now this is a card you don't see every day, and I'm glad I eventually went back and got it. Most people don't know about these. So this is Imakuni's, if I'm pronouncing that right, Lose. It's a part of the vending series, and I'm see how the light is one whole circle, and then it kind of splits there for a second. Kind of a bend, not exactly a creasing damage bend. How's it look on the back? Yeah, you can see it on the back, but again, I could probably do card self repair. I don't want to go through all that trouble. Getting this as a 10, definitely makes it worth some money. Man, I really want you guys. There we go. That's better. Do have some whitening on the corner. That's more so really the more significant thing that you would notice. Not really certain how to work that bend in terms of like damage because it's really minimal. If it was just the whitening, I'd for sure say 9 alone. The bend is hard to judge. I might still just stay hopeful and say 9, and then if I get it back and it's atrociously off, I can look back at this video and go, oh yeah, I should have accounted for that bend being a bit more of the fire to the grade. Up next is another usually unseen card or unspoken of card, and it's the Vending Series 1998 Series 3 Pokemon Machine. Hopefully there wasn't any bends in this card. So far, very smooth across. I'm seeing some warping here, but again, just some stuff on the corner. Honestly, just that one corner, I think a 9. It can't 10 with that corner being that way. but I would say a 9. Getting this card as a 10 would have been nice, but I definitely I don't think it deserves a 10. If it gets one, you know, cool, but I don't think it deserves one. I think we're gonna, yeah, actually had just enough already pulled out unsealed penny sleeves to these apron sleeves. Up next is Iwakuni's Corner Bidding Series Series 3. Don't ask me what it says on the card. I have no idea. I would have to look at the translation. Yeah, if I could have this level of detail and silence at a card show, I'd definitely be picking out bangers for sure. Again, just the same repeated whitening on the corner down there. Yeah, I see it's off center, but a lot of Japanese cards are, and I think they actually give them a lot of leeway for these cards. So again, I'd probably just guess 9 to be honest. Okay, now more into standard cards, which is more where I have a bit more expertise in. Oh, was this also an apron card? What the heck? Oh no, this is just a very short penny sleeve. That's fine. So, really great card to hunt down. Huge tip for those who watch this. So, congrats if you didn't know that, and now you do. Card is worth a ton as a 10. Oh, how we're looking on the back. Oh, just the ittiest bittiest. Oh, man. I'm going to say 9 to 10 and really just keep my fingers crossed for that 10. Yeah. Because it's a nice little payday if it's a 10. And it ain't too shabby as a 9 either, but it's a nice little payday as a 10. So far this second sheet is really helping out compared to that first half. Come on, come out, come out. If I remember correctly, this next card, it's not really worth anything unless it 10s. This card was a pack pull of mine. Should have been. Very clean front. Let's hope for a clean back. Oh, I mean that might, I'm gonna put 10 plus. That might even pristine, honestly. Which that would be awesome. I don't think the card really goes for much even as a pristine, but it's, you know, honestly it's nice to get those. And it's nice, you know, to hold on to, you know. Those are things that sit around. That's what I consider PC for me. Things that just don't sell immediately, either because they cost too much, they're hard to price, or they're just not generally superly already sought out after. So as long as they're in a really nice, you know, slab, it's nice to have them sit around, be nice in photos and videos. Ooh, I was hoping this would also be a pristine, but I wouldn't give this a pristine. Got the just slightest bit. It's on 3 corners at least. It's on 4 corners, but it's so minute. I'd honestly still say 9. I know it's like, really? And like, yeah, I would still say 9. I really would. I can show you some cards that are already graded as 9s that you would go, wow, I can't believe that 9. And I go, yeah, I also can't believe that 9, but it did. And, oh well. Up next, the same card, but hollow version. And I was slow. I saw this and I said, oh man, the Cosmos version, this was like a year or 2 ago, is only $2 a card. The non-Cosmos, the one that's less sought out after, was like, oh, was that pencil indents? What the heck is this? Hold on, let me take a look off camera. Oh, I can just barely feel it with my finger. But yeah, that is an indentation in the card. Oh man, that really ruins it. So probably a 5. So this card, you know, this Slowking isn't too bad if you get it in 9s and 10s. You really need 10s. But especially if you have the Cosmos Hollow version. And at the time, this one was like $1.50, and the Cosmos Hollows was like $2 for Near Mint Raw. And I should have just bought them up. I should have just said the heck with it, and I should have bought like 50 of them. So you're probably going, wait a second, if you just said that's not really, gonna be worth it unless it's a 9 or a 10 and you're gonna get a 5, why still send it? I just want to see the variants. World Championship 2005, Jeremy Marone, Nidoqueen. This would have been cool if it had been like a hollow/reverse hollow. But I also kind of like the idea that they keep like the World Championship cards like matte, very. Honestly, I think that would just 10. And these cards are starting to be actually sought out after, which is funny that it's taken so long, because you would think a world champion card would just have a lot more following. And we are way better on time. Yeah, me pre-filling out the sheets helps out a lot for me and you guys. Stonjourner V. I mean, Frontler to me, I always kind of have a hard time with these just based on grading history of what I've sent in and what I've gotten back. Honestly, back to pristine, in my opinion, so I'm gonna write down 10 plus. Some of these were pack pulls, some of these were straight buys, some of these were eBay buys, some of these were vending buys, some of these were marketplace buys. It's all really a mixed bag, but honestly, and so this back half, this part 2, was some of it was in-person buys, marketplace. I think even that restaurant was one of the in-person buys I did instead of the eBay buys I did. The Japanese Slowking that I am expecting a 10 plus on, that was a pack pull, pretty certain. And the Stonjourner V, I don't know if that was a pack pull. I think that may have been. But yeah, this second half was definitely better. One expected 5. Missy's Poliwrath, kind of a toss-up. I'm going to keep it 8 to 9 and just hope for the best. Same with a couple of those vending cards on here. They had a bin, but not in a way that I know really how to grade that in terms of what the graders would do. This completes the part 2 of our deck, so that's another 20 cards ready for the CGC. If you're seeing an uptick in these videos, it's because I'm trying to get these knocked out as fast as I can, so that way I can actually get these cards submitted, because that also is a whole nother process and a whole nother way, especially since we're going to hand deliver these. Thanks for watching.